Hello, today I'll be doing a demonstration on setting up the JDBC and ODBC connections through Oracle with the IRI Workbench. So when you first load up the Workbench, this is going to be the screen you're provided with. It's very helpful, get your foot in the door, and just really get you accustomed to using the Workbench. So I recommend it whenever you have time. For now, we're going to X out of this. If you do want to bring that page back up, you just go to Help and Welcome. First things first is we're going to create an IRI project. So you can either do that through here, or you can do File, New, IRI Project. We're going to give it a name, click Finish. All right, from here we're going to move on to the Data Source Explorer to set up our JDBC connection. If you happen to not see the screen, you can go to Window, Show View, Data Source Explorer. We're going to click on this icon, New Connecting Profile. Since we're doing Oracle, we're going to look for Oracle. You can give it a name if you'd like and a description. Just going to leave it as default. Going to click Next. Here, we're going to be adding a new driver. So new driver definition. And we're going to be clicking the Oracle that corresponds to the one we're adding. Again, you can change the driver name if you'd like. Here we'll move on to the jar list. We're going to remove the one that's here. We're going to add a jar. Then we're going to be looking for where we installed the JDBC file. All right, moving on to properties. Here we're going to be changing the database name. We're going to be adding the username and the password. Here, we're also going to be changing the connection URL to match the corresponding items. So, database for me is that. Port is fine for me, and then the server I will be changing to match. From here, I'm going to click OK. And as you can see, it populated with all that information, making sure everything is correct. Okay, we're going to click Save Password and click Test Connection. And as long as everything was entered in correctly, we should get a ping succeeded. We're going to click OK. If you happen to misspell something or something went wrong, I'm going to show you what that looks like. We're going to click Test Connection, and it's going to say ping failed. You can click this details option, and it will give you a little bit more information as to why it failed. So unknown host specified, no host. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and change that back, test the connection again, click OK, click Finish. And just like that, we have our new connection set up right down here. So now we're going to move on to the ODBC connection. So to do that, we need to make sure we're selecting the correct bit version. So we're going to go to Help, Version Information, and you can see what bit version you're running right there. We're going to click OK. We're going to do the drop down, IRI Preferences, IRI, Connection Registry, Database Connection, and we need to change this default bit version to 64. We're going to click Refresh, Apply and Close. Now we're going to do the drop-down menu, ODBC Administrator Dialog. And as you can see here, we are now in the 64-bit version and not the 32. So you can either choose User or System. I'm going to select User. We're going to click Add. Since we're doing Oracle, again, we're going to look for Oracle. I'm going to click Finish. Okay, moving on to the data source name, which is actually the host name. You can add a description if you'd like, and then the user ID. We're going to click Test Connection, and it's going to ask for the service name, which is again the host name, username, and password. We're going to click OK, and we get a connection successful. So we're going to click OK. We're going to click OK. And now we have to map them together. So into the IRI menu, IRI Preferences, IRI, Connection Registry, Database Connection. And now we see that we have the SQL Server added here under the Meteor. Then we're going to go to the bit version, add username, and you can choose to encrypt if you would like. Now to map the profiles together, we're just going to select the one that we added over here. We're going to click OK. As you can see, it's authenticated with the connecting profile. Now we're going to select Activate, Apply, Apply and Close. And now to test to make sure everything works properly, we're going to select a schema and a table. All right, we're going to go ahead and select any of them, right click, IRI, generate DDF. We're going to click Next and Finish. And looks like everything populated correctly because there are no columns in this. So with that being said, we are finished setting up the connectivity and mapping for the JDBC and ODBC for Oracle using the IRI Workbench.